Scam alert. So, the article that I'm about to read is about the Las Vegas shooting in Nevada that happened October the 1st. So, the problem with this is really sad because unfortunately, even though there's tragedy, there always seems to be someone or someone, more than someone, some bodies that will come along and use the tragedy for their own greed and gain. And so this article I was looking at is, of course, an article written by Andrew Kraft of Fox News. And I thought it was pretty sad because I didn't think people could stoop this low, but you know, why? Why should I even wonder if there are people out there that would do this? But this is just one of many of the horrible scams that we have that happen in our country, where people will take a tragedy and they will try to twist that tragedy and use it for their own selfish greed. So after the Las Vegas shooting in Nevada, officials go after a sham website, many sham websites. There's not only one. So they're seeking donations. And around the holidays, I felt like that this was sad because around the holidays, people feel a lot of sympathy. They feel emotional and sentimental because they think about the loved ones that they've lost and that are not going to be spending Thanksgiving and Christmas with them. And so you have all these scammers that put up GoFundMe pages and Facebook page and websites asking for donations in wake of the tragedies. And this could not only be just the tragedy in Las Vegas. We've had some other tragedies that have happened with the wildfires. We've had tragedies with the hurricanes, and we've had some other tragedies that have happened even before prior. And so they put up these pages on these websites, and people innocently, they donate their money thinking that their money are going to go to these people who are in need. And that is the contrary. So the article is saying that the Nevada Attorney General Office is investigating reports of fake online charities collecting donations on behalf of victims that were killed or wounded during that shooting at the Country Music Festival in Las Vegas October 1st. Officials are partnering with GoFundMe and other social media websites to take down the fraudulent pages, because there has been at least one Facebook page that had been shut down in light of the recent tragedy, and that was soliciting fraudulent donations. The Attorney General's office is also aware of other complaints and pursuing those as well. So there's continues to be a sham charities and websites that have been popping up all over the place, apparently, to profit from horrific tragedies, and one being the one of Nevada, Las Vegas, Nevada. The Attorney General, Adam Laxalt. Complaints from local consumers continue to be the best source of information for our Bureau of Consumer Protection and Investigation, claiming of the misrepresentation that's been going on. So there's crowdfunding websites that do have liability protections for themselves in incidences like this, and large insurance packages that can cover costs if they were made to pay out civil litigation settlements. So this is where the problem is. The problem is that these guys are pretty slick. They don't make it easy to find them. The money will go into a fake bank account and the money disappears, and you're unable to trace where it actually went, says Marie Napoli, a personal injury attorney who is not affiliated with any such cases in the relation of the shooting. The burden of researching such websites falls on those people who want to donate. If they're feeling charitable, they need to be vigilant in how and where they are directing their money to. So in other words, people need to be really careful about these websites and these people claiming that they're, you know, donating money to all these victims, hurricane, wildfires, the Vegas shooting. You don't really know where your money is really being routed it to. It's the same thing that happened in the Hurricane Katrina. There was a lot of fallout about where the money really went. And so it's with any tragedy that happens that it usually, I notice around the holidays is when the websites like these fake fraudulent websites or these sham websites pop up all over the place because they know people feel some type of way and they're in the giving mood. So the Attorney General office put out a guidance for people on how not to be scammed when donating. These include avoiding charities that ask for donations in cash, wire transfers, refraining from making payments on credit cards over the phone, taking time to investigate people behind social media campaigns to make sure that they're legitimate. Scammers tend to prey on two things mainly: greed or people's sympathy. Scams are often perpetrated on sympathetic causes, so step back, look at it, and think it through before you do it. Oftentimes, people will have signs that on the website that they'll have bad grammar or limited descriptions on what their program or organization is about, said Alex Hammerstone, a tech expert in cyber analysis. GoFundMe has policies in place for these types of fraudulent pages and works to counteract their effect in light of the shooting. It has set up a landing page with vetted charity efforts. Our trust and safety team is providing around-the-clock support and will continue to monitor the platform to ensure that all monies raised goes directly to victims. We are reviewing all the campaigns created in the aftermath of the terrible shooting and will stay in close touch with all organizers and beneficiaries to ensure that the resources get to the right place, says Bobby Whitthorne, a spokesperson for the company. Scams like these remain the exception to the rule, says Hammerstone. Due to the cruel nature of exploiting a tragedy for financial gain, they get most of the attention even though there are only a few cases. A GoFundMe page is set up by Clark County Commissioner Steve Sisolak. He raised over $2 million, or not 2 million, but actually it was, $10 million for the victims of the Las Vegas shooting. And apparently he's one of the few out of the ones that are legitimate. We've got kids that have lost parents, he says. They've got parents that are slain victims, and we've got individuals who've lost their spouses, husbands, wives, daughters, and there's a tremendous amount of need, and they'll be needing surgery for many months, years to come, so we'll be there to help them as much as possible, said Sisolak. So I just thought this was an important article because the holidays are fastly approaching and a lot of things have been happening, and so I did put up some of the things that you would be looking for in terms of fraudulent charities, some of the ways that they target people who are unsuspecting or maybe just not really aware of who's telling the truth. They don't know what signs to look for: misleading solicitation, sham charities, enrichment of individuals, excessive compensation. And like they said, I thought it was important because I know somebody personally who kind of fell prey to this. It says that they prey on people's sympathy and then greed. There's get rich quick scams, all kinds of scams. So I thought this was a good information to put out there. Thanks for listening.